Alright, in this video, I'm going to be the one that says what has to be said. I don't want to be the one that says this. And I don't take any joy in saying it, but the truth has to be proclaimed. Can't fool anybody, because if we lie to try to not hurt anybody's feelings or to soothe their feelings, we could cause a lot more damage than we would be helping in any way. Right? We would temporarily help them out a little bit with their feelings, but in the long term, it would give them a false sense of security. So, I gotta do the dirty work here and be the asshole that says it how it is. And that is that if your loved one that you really cared about has just passed away and they believe in Jesus and you want to say they're in heaven right now, well, if they're relying on anything other than Jesus' finished work of salvation at the cross to get into heaven, they're not in there. If they were relying on their good works, the good things that they have said and done in their life, their dedication to their church, if they were relying on these things to get into heaven, and you know they were, or you're trying to justify to yourself that they are in heaven now because of all the good things they've done, then they're not there. I know I'm not your favorite person right now for telling you that, but I'm not going to lie to you. I gotta tell you how it is. It's the truth. You might hate me now, but it won't give you a false sense of security that later on you'll think about these things and you'll make sure that you're right with God. That you think about how you too could die at any moment and face that judgment. And if you haven't come to the cross to meet God where He's at and meet Him on His terms, accepting His condemnation of you to death and hell, that no amount of good works that you ought to be doing anyway is going to save you. Because those good works don't wash away your sin, your selfishness. It doesn't change the fact that you actually enjoy to sin and you desire to do it. It doesn't change who you are, what you are, or any of that. And you should be doing those good things anyway without expecting any kind of reward up for it in the first place. So, I understand I'm the bad guy in your eyes. You don't like me. I mean, you cuss me out under your breath or behind my back or even to my face. I understand. You know, I don't expect anything else from that, to be honest. I just gotta do what I gotta do. Right? I bear this just in the hopes that it gets through to somebody, that others may get saved. Because if I were to lie and say, oh yeah, they're definitely in heaven. They're such a great person, such a lovely person. Well, it's going to give everybody a false sense of security that basically everybody's going to get to go to heaven, right? Just because we actually love them and we want them to go there. But it's just like I was telling people about the art of the deal. The reason why people believe a lot of things they believe is because they want to believe it. Not because it's true, but because they want it to be true. Right? And just because you want it to be true doesn't make it true. And we have to face the truth. We can't reject it. Because God is the truth, and when we reject the truth, we're rejecting God. Even in these little areas like this. Even when it hurts to accept the truth. So thank you for your time. Thank you for hearing me out. I'm sorry for all you who have gone through some kind of loss. But have hope. If you know that they were relying on Jesus Christ, and they confess that they believe the only reason why they deserve anything at all is because God loves them and saved their soul on the cross, then you can be sure that one day you're going to be able to see them again. If you too have done the same thing. That God's going to raise them up, and one day He'll come get us all. I don't know when, but you know it's going to happen. And you can have faith in that. So, thank you again for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one, and may God bless you and yours.